Hi, good afternoon. My name's Craig, and this is Devoured Fallen Colossus. This is a game that I've been developing over a couple of years. We released it through Game Crafter, initial small release to see how it went down. And now we're going to be re-releasing the game through Exalted Funeral with better components, a slightly different game, a few more mechanics here and there, but a very similar game to what you see. So this is the older version, so I'm just going to play through this game. So stick with me and enjoy. It's going to probably be a long video. The new version has a save system in there. It's 6 levels and we're going to battle our way through them. So just stick with us, watch what you can, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'll explain the rules and stuff as I go, so there's no need to go over what everything is. I'll do that as I play. So what you do is this is level 1, and this level is called Belly of the Beast, and it's a narrative driven adventure. So you'll take the center card. Each level has a deck, so this is deck 1 for level 1, and you'll read your narrative text and off you will go. So Belly of the Beast. What strange place is this? The room around you is warm and filled with the sick stench of decay. You peel yourself from the floor and stand. You are dressed in rags and your only possession is a small battered journal. Clutching the book to your pained stomach, you choose a direction and stumble forward. And this is what you'll do. Each of these cards have these little direction arrows on there. And the first level, we can only go up, north. So you can imagine north, south, east, west, and you'll take a card and place it into the middle. So that's the first card. So that's a bit of a narrative card. So we're off. So we have to go up. So we'll choose up. And the smell here is not so bad. You linger for a moment to rest. Beneath your shallow breathing, you hear something bubbling in the walls. Checking your pockets, you find some scattered seeds. So in this one, we've gained +1 spirit, +1 health. And these are dictated by these cubes here. And on this, we have your Vice and Valor board. Your Valor board is kind of your energies, your inner strengths. And that is your mind, body, and spirit. So we've gained a couple of white cubes. We gained 1 white cube. So from the tray, we place that into our pool. Nice. And we've gained 1 health. Now, at the moment, we're at 10 health max, but you can go up +2 more. So we're now at 11 health. So that's a nice card to start with. And you see from this card, we can go left, right, or down. So we're going to go... Let's go right. Okay. You are drawn to a vaporous cloud that illuminates its surroundings. But as you approach, the cloud coalesces into a screaming phantom face, which rushes towards you. You must prepare for combat. And I've got to take combat card 3. Each deck has 6 enemies to fight, 6 or 7 enemies. And this one is enemy 3 of deck 1. So we'll place that one down here. You can evade the battle, but at the moment we're not going to do that. So we're looking for enemy 3. We have enemy 3. Turn that round, see where that is. There it is, the screaming phantom face. There it is. Let's try and get that. Yep, that it is. And as you see on this one, oops, sorry, it's upside down. So on this one, we're going to gain a couple of cubes. We have to cover these cubes to beat it. So in battle, basically, these totals are what you have to find within yourself to defeat this particular enemy. So we have to find 5 spirit and 2 mind. Now, these are the cubes that are in here. Now, we can just cover these cubes and use that part of within ourselves, and then use them and they will be discarded and we would have won the battle. Or we can use fate. We can do different sorts of ways to defeat these enemies. But for the first one, I'm just going to do the most common way of doing it, which will be to take 5 of these cubes, cover 5, and 2 mind cubes, and that is covered, which means that that enemy is defeated. We discard these cubes here, and we discard these mind cubes, and from that, we're going to gain 1 mind cube back. Woohoo! We'll take that back. But we also gain 1 advanced knowledge cube, which are these ones down here on the Vice board. Now, the Vice board is kind of or your wants. So these are your needs. These are what you have. These are what you want. So these are things to help you with your battle. So here we have some armor. Over here we have the silver cube. We have weapons. We have the advanced knowledge. Around on the top here we have some special jewels. We don't really know what they are for yet. This I'll explain. This is your exit cube. I'll explain that. And this is your fate cube. I'll explain that when I get to it. So there. So that's done. So we just place that down there. That's a defeated enemy. And we've gained some stuff. And we gained an advanced knowledge cube. So we'll take the advanced knowledge cube and we'll place it into our journal. Your journal is your main way of tracking your game. Your journal has your advanced knowledge, it has your spirit flame, exit items, it has evade, and it has your health. At the moment, I haven't got any evade cubes on there, so excuse me a second, I forgot to put those on. I should just place them on there now. Evade cubes are one of the most important parts of the game. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there should be a sixth one. 6. 6 evade cubes. There we go. Well, I'll explain what they do when we come to them. Right. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 1 advanced knowledge. Now, advanced knowledge is something you can use to boost up your weapons, to make give you more combat options. We haven't got a weapon yet, so we can't use that at the moment. You can always also use advanced knowledges in grinds. Down here, you've got your mortar and pestle, which is like a way of grinding other cubes to get other things. We'll use that later on in the game. We don't need to use that just now, but that will be explained when we get to that part as well. So there's a lot of little ways you can sort of mitigate things in this game. Right, so let's carry on with our journey. So we defeated the enemy, and we're going to continue on. From this, we can go up or down. Now, in each deck, you have one of these cards, and this is your vision card. This is a great card. So when you have this card, you keep it, and you can use it when you need to. And the way you use this is you'll place this down into the center, and these 4 eyes around the corner just means that you can turn those 4 cards over and you can see where you're going. So this bird has flown up high. You can see the whole surroundings around you, and it's revealing that. So how you would do that, if you want to use that, you'd place that in there and you would turn the cards. And then let's just do that, even though I should really save that, but since we're playing the game, I'll place that down there now. So I've revealed that card, placed it down. I then take all 4 cards around it. It's a really cool little mechanism, and now I can see where I'm at, and they stay that way. The bird stays there. Once you use it, it will disappear. It will disappear, and from that, this is cool. So from this, I've got my exit item. There's a battle up there. There's another battle here, and there's some health there. So the whole object of this game is to get through each level. Now you can do this by getting an exit item, and then you find the exit. Once you have the exit item and the exit, you can then leave the level. You might have to do a few little things before you leave if you've left a few things behind, but we will explain that as well as we go on. So at the moment, the obvious thing to do is to take your exit item. So I've taken my exit item. The ceiling is higher here and dotted with holes leading to circular passageways. Beneath one of these holes lies the broken body of an adventurer. Wrapped in a snap rope, his backpack contains various pieces of climbing equipment. You shrug the pack over your shoulder. Maybe you can climb out of this bubbling hell. Okay, so that is the exit item. So we'll place that down. When you get the exit item, you will take your little cube, and that's your little cube, your key, and you'll place that on your exit item here. And that's just to remind you that you have the exit item. Now that you have the exit item, you can find the exit. We can actually leave the game, this particular level. But there's things in the levels you might want to get. So that's things I need to explain if we find them. As you get to play the game, you'll maybe want to stay in the level. If I find the exit now, I don't have to leave. I can evade the exit, and I can then approach that at any time, and I can continue on through the game, gathering up various items and various resources that I need. Later on, you know, you might get out of a level really early. You might need to. You might be quite low on health. Also, it's quite a nice way to, once you have the exit and the exit item, you can feel a little bit safe knowing that you can explore and leave at any time. So you can turn a card over. If it's not for you, then you can leave then. So I've got my exit item. It's there, and I haven't got an exit, so I shall continue on. And I can see these 3 cards here. There's 2 battles here. I might try and avoid them, or I can lose some health going this way. I'm going to go to this one, reveal a card that I haven't seen yet, cover that up, and oh, here we go. So each level has a trap in it. So this is the trap of this level. You reach the edge of a broad pool of green steaming liquid. Fleshless skulls and other bones bob on its surface. Wet pulps may work like stepping stones and allow you to cross, but they look slippery, treacherous. Fate will decide whether you make it to the other side without your feet slipping into the acid. And so this is the use of the fate bag. So in this game, we have something called the fate bag. And when you first have it, I'm just going to place this card down here just now. When you first have this bag, it is a 50-50 mix of black cubes and yellow cubes. Black cubes in this moment are hit cubes. Yellow cubes are miss cubes. So when we reveal that, we got some black, 3 hit cubes and 1 miss cube. Anyway, so at the moment there's 4 and 4. So now we have to go into this bag. So 4 and 4 is 50-50. What this card requires me to do is to use fate. Now at the moment, as I said, it's 50-50, but the bag can be mitigated. So you can get armor, add armor to the bag, and that protects you. Also, as you avoid enemies, you place evade cubes into the fate bag, and suddenly fate goes against you. Again, we'll explain a little bit of that as we go near the end of the level, or as the game goes on. But for just this one, I need to draw 1 cube from the fate bag for the following outcomes. If I draw 1 black fate cube, your foot slips into the steaming acid, and I lose 1 health. If I draw a yellow cube, or an armor cube. I have no armor cubes in there at the moment. Somehow you safely navigate across the bubbling ooze, and I gain 1 spirit cube. So because I've done well and my spirits are raised, I gain a spirit cube for that. So I'll put that in there, and I'll go to the fate bag, and just so everyone knows I'm not cheating, we'll go in there and we'll reveal, oh no. So that's a hit cube, the black cube, which means I shall lose 1 health. My health goes down to 10, but we are clear of the trap now. Okay, off we go. As I said, if I'd had plenty of armor cubes, and you can actually get other cubes that I can't really tell you about in this one, that'll help you push fate more into your favor. And if the fate is heavily in your favor, then revealing from the bag is quite nice. You know, you might be able to use that quite often to your advantage. Okay, so here we go. We can go left, right, or down on this one. So let's go. Oh, let's see. Right, if I go that way, I'm going to lose 1 health. This way is a battle. Okay, I'm going to go this way. So I've taken this card. All around you, you can hear drippings, a heavy, viscous sound. Liquid oozes from the walls and roof. A drop falls onto your shoulder and you feel it sting. Acid. You pull your cloak over your head. There we go. Acid. We go down to 9. And we're off. Nursing our wounded shoulder, we continue on. Okay, here's another card. So in every deck, you have this card, one of these. Now this card is basically an unstoppable beast. Something you cannot fight. You just have to rely on fate. So with this particular card, you'll have to draw 4 cubes from the fate bag and then hope to survive. So hopefully you're going to try and draw 4 good, like misses. But inevitably you might draw a few bad ones, and that will mean the creature kind of damages you from afar and you have to get past it. But it's a card. It's such a big beast that it can be spotted from miles away. So it's a seen card. So I know it's there. I'll turn this back over. I know it's there. So I'm going to avoid that. Now, unfortunately, I might have to go through that one at some point. You know, for all I know, the exit could be underneath that card. But at the moment, it's there. I can see it. It's broken through the sky from its dimension, hellish dimension, and it's hovering there. I can see it. So I'm staying away from that part. And I'm going to go up instead. Unfortunately, that takes me to a battle. Oh, okay. Without warning, a great tear appears in the wall behind you, and a tidal wave of bile cascades out. You have no choice but to run and hope you can escape. You must prepare to escape. Okay, so the game was written by my friend John. He's a big horror fan, and the writing is fantastic in this game. The enemies, there's some strange stuff, and the storyline is fantastic as well. And it has expansions ready to come, which expands the story a little bit more in that fantastic way that I can't really say about. Okay, so we're going to go that. So we're going to have to go to enemy number 6. So we'll take that out. I'll put it there just now. Enemy number 6. Let's go here. There it is. Enemy number 6. And that is the tidal wave of bile. Not a particularly powerful enemy, but, you know, I'm still going to have to use 2 mind, 1 body, and 3 spirit cubes. But I will gain 2 spirit cubes back from this. So for this one, I'm going to show you how I would use fate. So I'm going to try and save some cubes. I feel a little bit lucky. So what I'm going to do is I'll place this down and I'll cover. So on the cards, there's rounds. If you can see this, there is round 1, combat, round 2, combat, round 3, combat, and so on, up to 5. So you tackle each round at a time. So the first round is mind, body, and spirit. So for that one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover mind, body, and spirit for that one. So mind, body, and spirit. Spirit. There we go. So this is just the pool. So it's just a way to keep sort of track of what you've got. If you've got nothing here, just drag down another 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know how much you've got. I've got 2 here, so I'll drag another 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 green. So I'm stacked up, but it just gives me a visual reference of what I got left. An easier way to see what I have. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Cover that one with that card. So I've covered mind, body, and spirit. So in round 2, I'm going to leave completely uncovered. And round 3, I'm going to leave completely uncovered. So the first round of combat is done. And I can get rid of those 3. So I'll get rid of those 3 now. I'll leave them edged out. They're covered. I'll go, just so for a visual reference, I'll leave them there, which is fine. Round 2, I have as you can see, I have mind and spirit. Now, I'm not going to use any cubes. I'm going to go to fate. And I have to reveal a cube to cover each one of these. So I'm going to go to fate and see if I can get a hit or a miss cube instead. I'm hoping to get, oh, there's a hit. Okay, I'll place that one there. Come on, let's get myself a nice yellow cube. And a miss, fantastic. Okay, so that's that one covered. So these will go back in there. That round's covered. So I've lost 1 health. That's what happens. If you don't cover it correctly, you lose a health, but I didn't lose anything for that. So I've not used any cubes. I have lost a health, but that's not too bad at the moment. It's early in the game. So then you'll place these 2 back in the fate bag. These will always stay in the fate bag. The only stuff that comes out of the fate bag and gets put to one side will be the armor. So you can use an armor in the same way as you can use a miss. So you place an armor in there. But unlike the miss cubes, once you use the armor is then put back onto the vice board and discarded. It doesn't go back into the fate bag. Okay, so we've done that. So we covered that. We've got 1 more round to cover, which is just the one there. I'm going to try and see if I can get myself a nice yellow cube. Yeah, nice yellow cube there. Covered that one. That's the enemy done. I get 2 spirit cubes for that battle, which is cool. I'll put them back in my pool. So not too bad. I only lost 1 health for that, and I saved myself quite a few cubes. So that was a successful battle for myself. That's done. Right, and we should continue on. Put that card back into there. That goes to the center. You take that card. If I wanted to evade the attack, I take the narrative card and its enemy card, and I place it to one side, and I place an evade cube on there. I'll do that in a minute to show you how that works. Okay, so let's see where we're going to go from here. So we've got another battle down here. So let's do that. Let's battle and invade this one. Okay, so a wraith-like shape emerges from the gloom. Her sacrificial gown is in tatters. The flesh of her skin peeled to the bone. Screaming, the skin maiden reaches for your throat. She reaches for my throat, but we're going to evade her. I don't want to do that battle at the moment. So what I do is I'm going to go to the skin maiden. Number 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, where's the skin maiden disappeared to? Okay, that's unfortunate. The skin maiden card is still in the deck somewhere else. Oh no, there she is. Okay, there she is. The skin maiden. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I'm not fighting that one. So what you do is you take the 2 cards. You take one of your evade cubes. I'll place that to the side, and I place the evade cube on those 2. And now I've escaped. So I've evaded that combat. I know where that combat is. Now, if I get my exit card now, I already have my item, I can leave the level. But if I leave the level without resolving anything that I've evaded, so any of the enemy cards that I've evaded, that evade cube then gets placed into the fate bag, and fate is against me. And once that's in there, that stays in there. Now, there are various ways that you can gain an evade cube back, but they're really, really difficult to find and very, very rare. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to keep hold of as many of evade cubes as you want. At this stage, I've just evaded that one in the hope that I'll find some more extra cubes and maybe some weapons. So when I take on that enemy, I'll be stronger anyway. But at this stage, you know, it's very early on to be evading enemies, but it's a nice way to show you how things work. Right. While I'm here, at in between rounds at any point, you can then go to your mortar and pestle. It's not something you do this early in the game, but I want to show you how to do it. So the mortar and pestle, I fancy making some cubes. I fancy gaining something. So I want to sort of gain a small health gain. So for a small health gain on this particular card, I have to grind these, a mind, a body, and a spirit cube. So you take this card, and I would place a mind on there, body, and I place a mind, body, and spirit. So I've placed those, so I've matched that. Now I've set up a small health gain. Now what I need to do now is I then go to, so that's the recipe cards. These are the grind cards, excuse me. So there's 6 recipes in this that I can do. In the expansion, there'll be different recipes and more combinations, but there's 6 basic things we're going to do. So we're just going to try and gain a bit of health. So give ourselves a bit of health back. So then you go to the recipe cards, and there are 6 different grind combinations. So we've got ground right, ground up, full grind, central grind. What you'll do is you will mix these cards up, shuffle these cards, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to grind these 3. So we're trying to get a grind that gets rid of these 3 straight away. So now we set the grind up and we are ready to go. So we're going to try and do the grind. If we don't complete the grind, then we have to carry on with the adventure, and we can come back next time. So we set the grind up, and I'm going to go through the cards, and I will take this one. And this one is a ground left. Unfortunately, all that does to me, if I look at this, so if the green ticks are what it grinds, the red ticks are what it misses. So on my little combination here, as you can see, that's not good to me. I can only grind the mind. So my first grind, I can only get rid of this cube. So I get rid of that cube, put it back there. That goes back into the shuffle. That stays on the mortar and pestle, and I'm going to continue my adventure. So the grind is an incomplete grind. And when I do get the grind, the result will go here, that's my result, and then I can place that wherever I need it to be. In this case, it will be just moving up my health up 1. So let's go. Let's go right here. What do we got here? Okay, just a narrative card. You step from what felt like swampland onto harder ground. Twigs and branches snap beneath each step. Then your foot slips on something hard and round. Not twigs, not branches, bones. Okay, we can go left, right, or up from that card. Still trying to avoid this one. Don't want to be fighting that. I'm going to go up. Okay, we've got another battle. An irregular shape blocks your way. You squint. An enormous mass of clawing limbs and dead-eyed faces roll towards you. The remains of their robes identify them as the sacrificed. Dead individually, but somehow alive. You must prepare for combat. Okay, so we're going to place this card down here. And we're going to go and get card number 5 from here. Getting all the battles here. Card number 5. Going to place card number 5 here. So we gain nothing. We gain nothing from this. And we're going to have to use up 6 cubes. I don't want to use up 6 cubes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover round 1. I'm going to cover just 1 purple. And how are we doing? Sorry, oops. I took that from I was cheating. That's not for me. It has to come from your Valor board. Excuse me. So I'm going to cover, say, 1 spirit here. I'm doing okay for cubes at this stage. And I'm going to cover, probably in round 2, I'll cover 1 green. So off we go. For the first round then, I've got to reveal 2 from the fate bag. So I've avoided placing 2 cubes down, saving my cubes, going for the luck of the draw at the moment. I'm going to reveal and try and cover those 2 cubes using the fate, hoping that I can pull some yellow cubes out. So I can pull 2 cubes out. 1, 2, 1 black, 1 yellow. Okay, so that's covered. And then we resolve that. So 1 down to 7. Put these 2 cubes back in. Get rid of the spirit cube. And for the second round of combat, again, I've just gone for body. So I'm going to have to cover mind and spirit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to cover spirit as well on the second round. So that just leaves me 1. I'm going to reveal mind, and hopefully I'm going to get that yellow fate cube. And all is going to be nice. Yellow indeed. So we place the yellow down there. Good, good. So I save myself a cube. That's all good. So yellow goes back into there. Discard these 2 cubes. I don't gain anything from that battle, but that battle is done. Perfect. Right, where are we going to go from here? So we can go up or right. Now the cards are looking a bit thin on these 2, but I have no choice. So what you want to try to be doing, you don't want to lose all the cards in one direction, because if you reveal a card and the only direction is right and you've got no cards there, it counts as being lost, and you'll have to use an evade cube to go back a card to a direction that you can go. If you don't have any of those evade cubes, basically you're lost, and you'll have to take one of these lost cards, and that will be the end of your adventure. So trying to keep the balance even. So that's another reason why these can be a bit of a pain, because this is quite a deep pile, because I haven't really gone into that because of this card. This is quite a deep pile anyway, so we're doing all right here. So I haven't had one to go down for a little while, but these ones are looking a bit thin. So I'm going to have to start looking about going to these cards around this corner, because I don't want to be getting lost. I don't want to be wasting my evade cubes on that. Right, so we're going to go right, and it's what is wrong with the walls here? You reach out expecting to feel rock, but your fingers sink into fleshy warmth. The wall pulses. You recoil in horror. So I've recoiled in horror. I place that down, and I lose 1 spirit. Lose 1 spirit. Oh, I keep taking from there. Sorry. 1 spirit. Put it down there. Right. Before I start my next one, so I've dealt with that. I'm going to go back to my mortar and pestle, which you can at any point. And we're going to go to the cards. We're going to shuffle these cards up, and we're going to try and complete this grind. Spin that round. Fantastic. So that grind card is called the ground flat, right across the center, which is perfect for my card here. I can get rid of the green, and so I've ground those cubes out. They get done. That's a successful grind. That goes back, recipe goes back into there, that goes down. And my grind was 1 health, so I gained 1 health from that grind. Okay, so that can be quite handy to do at some stages when you're low in health and you have plenty of cubes, and vice versa. So that's a swings and roundabouts sort of mechanic. It can be very helpful. At that stage, it wasn't the most helpful, but it was a nice way to show you how to grind. There's some of the other grinds in here are going to be really, really handy. So ghost grinds will give you 3 cubes. We have no ghost cubes. They're here at the moment. When you get ghost cubes, you can grind one of those to create 3. Ghost cubes themselves can be any cube, so they can be mind, body, or spirit. So they're a cool little mechanism to get there. Evade cube recovery, that's a really good one, but that's a tough one. For some of these cards, for this instance, the evade cube recovery, for this recipe, you have to lose 2 health and a spirit flame, which we haven't come across yet. So that, and then you have to grind 3 advanced knowledge cubes and 1. To get an evade cube back is tough, but evade cubes are so important. You might need to go through all that to do it. But that's a card that you would be using at this stage. That's a desperate card, that is. Okay. Right, we're going to continue on. We can go down or left or up, but as I said, we've got a lot of cards down here, so we're definitely going to go down. And there we go. So what we have here is the Spirit Flame. These are basically one of the most important cards in the game. Every level has one of these, and these determine what ending you're going to get. So these are your Spirit Flames, and there's 7 endings. So 6 levels. There's going from 0 to 6. Is depending on what level you go. So at the moment we've got 0. We got 0 Spirit Flames. So if we finish the adventure, then we take the 0 ending. Now the 0 ending is very bad. So what you want to try and do, you want to get as many of these as you can to get the best ending possible. So as I said, if you can get through the level, if you've got your exit item and your exit, you can leave the level, but you might not have this. If you have this, then you want to maybe leave the level then. I'm at a good stage now. I've got the Spirit Flame. So that's this little blue cube here. That then gets placed onto my journal. So I got my first one. So on this level now, I've got my Spirit Flame. So I'm ready to leave this level, really, if I can find the exit out. There's a few other things in here that I need to get. It's because I know the game. When you first play the game, hopefully you'll be playing it lots of times. You'll start to know what's in the levels, and you'll know, hold on, that's quite handy. I'll probably need that later on. But the Spirit Flames are an obvious one. I've got that. It gives me 4 exits. I've got my Spirit Flame. I'm really happy with that. I'm in a good position. I've got 1 evade cube that I can gain back at the end if I want to, or I can discard it into the bag. Everything's looking pretty nice. So we're going to continue on. We're going to try and... what we're going to go from here. So I'm still not going to go that way. I'm going to go down again. Whoa, excellent. Okay, so it's not all bad. Sometimes you get some good things. So this is your body tonic. You have stumbled across a body tonic. Drink this tonic to gain 3 body cubes. Hold on to this card until it's needed. So at any point, I can drink this bottle and gain 3 cubes. So I can hold on to it. But there's no real need. I'm going to instantly take 3 cubes from here. 1, 2, 3, and just add them to that right now because I'm greedy and like having lots and lots of them. And then, so that one then just gets discarded until the end of the level. So we'll put that over there and we'll put that back into the pack. And we put it into the box and get the second level, so we'll pack that away. But that's done, so we'll leave that over here. We've used that. Good, so we're feeling healthy. We've got plenty of body. Right, so, and I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down one more time. Let's go. Fantastic. As your eyes adjust, you begin to make out human shapes lying against the curved walls of the chamber. Closer, you see the shapes are incomplete. The arms and legs shortened, the ends tapered as if dissolved. Yeah, horrible. Let's put that one down. Just a narrative card. And we're going to go right or left. Oh, let's do it. We're going to take him on. Take on the beast. So there it is, the beast. I'm going to place the beast down there. And basically, I'll read this card out to you. Quite suddenly, everything changes. The air tastes thick and poisonous. The walls seem to shimmer. A sense of nervous anticipation, a kind of nausea sweeps through you. Reality cracks, and the other side you see a void filled with stars and enormous hanging bodies. Some maelstrom is tumbling through the void towards you. Some avatar of ill intent. Realizing you cannot defeat this beast, you turn to run. Your survival is reliant on fate. Draw 4 fate cubes and hope to survive. Okay, let's place this one down here. Let's go to the bag. 4 fate cubes. Come on, let's see how lucky we are. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. That's a fantastic draw. If you can see that. So that's a great one. Only got 1 hit off that. That creature's going to be bitterly disappointed. 7. Great. We'll put them all back. And now we've got past that beast. And that's worked out really well for us. It's all going extremely well. Right. So we can go just down with this one. So down it is we'll go. Looking for that exit. Looking for that way out. Okay. Reaching a shallow incline, you slip and fall to your hands and knees. You scramble up the sticky slope to the top. We lose 1 body, but we gain 1 spirit for getting up there. So 1 there and lose 1 body. Okay. I'm going to have another look at my mortar and pestle in between and see if there's anything that I quite fancy grinding up. The vague cube, I don't have that. Gain advanced knowledge. I don't have any weapons yet, so I don't have any silver cubes. Weapon repair I don't need to do. Ghost grind, I haven't got a ghost grind. Single cube grind. So that single cube grind is just a little card. You basically take any cube and you can turn it into any other cube. And just for fun, we'll do that one anyway. So we'll place that down there. And all we have to do with this one is place any cube we want. So what we got the least of? We've got plenty. So we've got plenty of mine cubes. It's not a bad idea. Just place that into the center like so. And then we'll go to our recipes and we will grind it. Grind. Shuffle them and reveal. We want one that goes through the center if we can. So we'll go for this one. There we go. 1 ground flat straight through the center. Great. So that's ground that cube, and that recipe was meaning I could swap it for anything else. So my green cube is going to become I'm going to make it a mine cube. So put that in there, and that's become a mine cube. Bouncing out the bits. That'll go into my pool just now. Let's just take 2 of these down here, and then we'll take 3 of these down here. Just filling up my circles from my pool, just so I know roughly where I am. 5, 5, and 5. There we go. Great. Okay, so that was a nice little grind in between. Let's continue to do that. I do enjoy doing that. Right, so we've ground some more. That's all good. We gain a little cube from that. Let's continue on with our journey. Right. Let's see. It's going to go left now. Oh, okay, so we have a battle. Reaching out to push aside a pulp, you realize you have been mistaken. Your hand touches some kind of hive. It vibrates with activity and opens. The buzzing nightmares within swarm you, vaporous wings, fluttering clusters of eyes, blinking around a fierce dripping stinger. You must prepare for combat. And this one, we've got a weapon. So we got weapon A and enemy 7. Now, this was part of the expansion I did for this original game that was on GameCraft. This is now all in one. So the first expansion has been combined into one game to release through Exalted Funeral. So there will no longer be an A weapon, it becomes a number. But so all this will be what you get in there, in the new one. So it's quite a nice way to do it. And there's another expansion on top of that, which we'll be doing soon, which hasn't been seen by anyone. But so this game here is everything included, including the duo mode and everything. This is what you'll get. So anyway, that's a enemy battle, and so we can show you how weapons work. So we're going to go put that down there. Weapon A is here. So we take weapon A, we flip that one over, and that goes here. Place that one down, and it's enemy number 7. So we'll take enemy number 7. There it is. And there it is. These are the buzzing nightmares. 4 body and 1 silver cube. Now, I don't have any silver cubes, but from this I will gain a weapon. Now, you get the silver cubes when you gain your first weapon, or weapons you gain. So at the moment, I can't cover the silver cube. I don't have anything to cover with it, so I'm going to have to use fate on that one. In another battle, when I receive or win this weapon, if I win this battle, I get the weapon. The weapon comes equipped with the silver cubes, and I can use them in battle against other creatures. Now, anything with a weapon, then I can use a weapon against it. Now, a lot of my creatures don't have weapons. Some do. And the ones you don't have weapons with, you don't use a weapon. You just use your hands to just combat them normally. So this is basically what you need, as I said, what you need to defeat this beast. So we'll place that one down. And I need 4 body and a weapon that I don't have. So for round 1, I'm going to cover that. And I'm going to go into the fate bag. Because I haven't got a silver cube yet, I'm going to... Oh yeah, sorry. So when you get an enemy with a weapon, the weapon comes with the enemy. So this is the stinger. So this is all the facts you get with that. You don't do anything with that weapon. You don't get that until you defeat it. So I'll show you what you do in a minute. So I'll just place that down. So you'll place the enemy and the weapon next to it. And we shall go into here and try and reveal a nice yellow. And we did. Great. So we didn't get hit on the first round. Discard that. And now for the second, third and fourth, I'm just going to take in here. I'm just going to cover those. 1, 2, 3. They're all covered. Done. That weapon is defeated. That enemy is defeated. I gain its weapon. So with this weapon, I gain 2 silver, which is the power of the weapon. So we gain 2 of these lovely metal silver cubes, and we place those 2 on there. We'll place them 2 on there. What I want to show you though is the advanced knowledge. So this weapon, you'll get this weapon, but if I have an advanced knowledge cube, which I had earlier on, which I won, I can place that advanced knowledge cube onto this card, and I can gain 3 mind cubes and a ghost cube. So that's the advantage of advanced knowledge. So I have advanced knowledge of the weapon, of my situation, and it makes it a more powerful weapon for me to use. And so I'll place that down there. That's my weapon. And I'm going to instantly get my advanced knowledge. I'm going to place that on there. So I've got the 2 silver cubes. I place my advanced knowledge on there. And then from the overflow tray, I shall take my 3 mind cubes. And from my vice board, I shall take my first ghost cube. There it is. Beautiful. Now the ghost cube counts as any color. I can use that for any color whatsoever. I can also take that ghost cube off, and I can grind it into 3 of whatever cubes I like. So it's a powerful cube, but we'll keep it there just now. So you just keep that all in there, and when I come into combat, I can use these in combat as long as I have the weapon. So if the weapon has silver on there, I can use it. Once the weapon has all silver cubes are gone, it's a broken weapon, you discard it. The weapon can be repaired, so I can do that with my mortar and pestle if I really like the weapon, and this is a good weapon. So the weapon can be repaired. That would be quite a handy thing to do. So let's have a look. Okay, so I've got my weapon, I've done my cards, I'm ready to carry on. Okay, where are we going to go now? Up or left? I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up. And we gain +1 health. So a fluorescent glow catches your eye. You hurry towards it before the insect emitting the light goes off. you see a small satchel laying in a pool of green liquid. Quickly, you grab the pack. So we grab the pack and we've taken whatever in there and we've gone up to 8. Fantastic. Looking at all the stats, and we can go left and right with this one. I'm going to go right. And we have the exit. Fantastic. You reach what appears to be a dead end. You begin to lose hope. You can't go back, not now, but wait. Is that light above? Yes, there's a way up. With the correct item, you should be able to climb to the next level. Okay, so I have the exit item. I could leave the level right now, but I won't. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to evade the exit for a minute. Because I have the exit item, I'm going to evade the exit for a little minute, just because I want to carry on exploring through the level for you, just so I can do a few more things. Okay, so we completed the buzzing. Sorry, I placed that wrong. That was supposed to go on there. There we go. I might have made a mistake there. Don't worry too much about it. It's only a demo. Okay, so I got the exit. I found the exit. I have the exit item, so I could leave the level right now, but I've chose to carry on because I want to see what else is to be found, if there's anything good. Now, I know what cards are in here, so at this point, there may be some good stuff, there may not be some good stuff, but we're just going to carry on and see where we go. Okay, so we go left now, and that's a narrative card. The passageway narrows. The walls brush your shoulders. You feel claustrophobic. Panicked, you rush forward, hoping that the walls do not close in any further. That you do not become wedged in. Okay, it's a narrative card there. It can go up or down. It's getting very thin on the exit. Only got one card left now. I know I have the exit, so I could just go take that card. I'm going to leave at any point, so it's fine. I can just continue. I don't have to do the card. So 2, so fantastic. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to stay in here, because I knew this was here. For a pool of bile, just a partially decayed hand. The fingers clutch a blunt but savage-looking club. You break the weapon free. Perhaps it will come in handy. So I go to weapon 2. This is a weapon that I've gained, just found. I didn't have to battle for this weapon. So I go to 2. I go into the deck of weapons. Now there's 24 weapons in the proper game. We've got 20 here. So I go to weapon number 4. No, did I say weapon number 4? What weapon was it? Weapon number 2, sorry. Yeah, so we go to weapon number 2, and that should be, weapon number 2 is my Savage Club. And I get to place that down there. I can hold 2 weapons at any time. So I have 2 weapons now. I can take 2 weapons with me into battle, 1 in each hand. I place that down. First thing I do with that is I will load that up with 2 silver cubes. So now you see I've got a fair few silver cubes to battle with. I can't make this weapon any better. I have no more advanced knowledge. So I can't upgrade this weapon. So I have to leave it as it is. But it's great. I've got a savage looking club and a dipping stinger in my hands. A deadly combination. So with that in mind, I'm going to go and search out a fight that hopefully I can use these weapons on. You can only use weapons if the enemy you have has a weapon itself. Okay, so we're going to go down, and that's a narrative card. No light, no guide, but somehow you make your way down a winding passage. It feels almost as if the way ahead is in motion, redirecting itself with every step you take. It's just a fantastic, the story really does reveal itself as you go along. It's a fantastic story. And the beauty of it is that when you're playing the game, depending on if you eventually will see all the cards, but it takes a while. Now you might get out and leave 10 cards in each level, and then you'll go back and those cards reveal a little bit more about your predicament, your situation, tell you a little bit more about yourself, which is a voyage of self-discovery as well as trying to find out what's going on in this strange world that you have awoken in. So I'm going to go up now because I can leave at any time. We're going up, and this is the last card that I really wanted to get for you. So this is the spellbook pages. Now this is super important. So You find a sheaf of loose pages. The words written on each are arcane in an ancient language you only partially understand. No matter, the spell seems to drift from the pages, impressing itself on your mind. Spell learned Restoration. So, when an armor cube is drawn from the fate bag, you may use the spell to restore the armor and place it back into the fate bag. You can do this once per level. You keep holding these magic cards forever. So this is now a spell, my first spell that I've learnt. So I've learnt a spell. It's strange that I know this. I don't know anything about myself. My memory is thin, but it seems I seem to understand magic, which is interesting. So I have a spellbook page. I don't have any armor at the moment, but it's fantastic. What it just means is that when I get a piece of armor and place it into this fate bag, if I draw that, then I can use a spell card to place it back in. I can only do it once a level, but that's a very, very handy little thing to have. And I'm very glad I found that card. So I found my spellbook card. It's at a disadvantage because I created the game. I know the cards that are in most levels, but also that's part of the joy of playing it. When you start to know what cards are what, each time you play it, you're getting to get a bit better at playing it. And it's quite a difficult game as you get on. So knowing these cards and stuff is going to really help you in your quest. Okay, so I can't go up. There's nowhere to go up there. I can go right. I'm going to go right here. And it's another enemy. And it's a battle with a weapon. Fantastic. Perfect. Still clad in partially eroded armor, the digested knight lurches towards you, swinging his corroded sword wildly. You did this, he cries. You must prepare for combat. Okay, so it's enemy 1, weapon 1. Go to our weapon pile again. These cool little weapon cards. And it's an interesting situation I'm in at the moment, and I'll show you why. So the weapon will go here, place that there, and enemy number 1. I've gone through all the enemies, and there is the corroded knight, and as you can, the digested knight. As you can see, 2 silvers, so I can cover those now, whereas I couldn't before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this card down here. And right, so I can go in with both weapons. Now I can use a silver cube from each of these weapons, or I can use 2 silver cubes from a weapon and it'll be completely destroyed, which is what I'm going to do because I can't carry 3 weapons. So if I was to use 1 silver from there and 1 silver from there in this battle, at the end of the battle, in order to take that card, I'd have to discard one of the others. This way, that would cause a waste. Obviously, I wouldn't want to discard this one here. It's got all the extras on it. At the moment, I've got the Savage Club. I haven't done anything with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice that. I'm looking at this card that I'm about to gain. So I'm going to gain another 2 silver cubes anyway. And it's a very similar weapon. So I'm not going to lose too much. So I'm going to place these 2 on here. Like so. That means that weapon, its Savage Club, will be done. I'll just turn it over so we know that. Okay, so I've covered both the strikes. I've defended the strikes on that level. And I'm now going to just take 2 of these to cover it. And I'm going to go to the fate bag. And I'm going to do 1 per level. So I'm going to draw 1 for the first level. And it's a hit. That's 1. So that goes down 7. I place that back in the bag. Always place them back in the bag. And then the next one is a miss. So I'll place that there. So that's cool. So I lose my 2 silver cubes. They go back into their vice board. These go into their overflow tray. The enemy's defeated. That weapon is then discarded because it's no good to me. It's been broken. And I gain a corroded sword, which I will load up with 2 silver cubes. So nothing really lost there. I still don't have any advanced knowledge, but I've got 2 nice weapons. A defeated enemy. Fantastic. Okay, so what would I do next? Realistically, in the game now, I have everything. I know I have everything now. I would exit the level. But before I exit the level, I would have to deal with evading the Skin Maiden. I wouldn't, at this point, I definitely wouldn't leave. I would not sacrifice an evade cube at this point. So I'm looking at this card. I can only go down. So the beauty of this, knowing I can get out, means I'm not going to get lost anywhere. I'll leave before I get lost. I'll turn that round, and this is another one. I'm getting them all now. Obviously, because I'm going through the entire deck for you, I'm going to get all the good stuff, as well as the bad stuff, but we've dealt with most of the bad stuff as it is. So I've given my advanced knowledge. You make your way through what appears to be a tunnel. How did you get here? You remember a ceremony, a great gust-affected wind screams, and then darkness. So you've gained some knowledge about your situation from the story, and you've gained that in the form of an advanced knowledge cube. That gets placed in there. We gain an advanced knowledge cube. I'll place that in my journal. Now I can place that straight onto the corroded sword and gain those extras, but I don't have to. At the moment, I'll leave that be. The only time I can't add that is during combat, but any time in between combat, I can place my advanced knowledge and I can gain those extra cubes if I need be. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going because I can. I'm going to go right, and I know why I want to go right. So there's a battle there, and prepare for combat. Number 2, last enemy, and it's the blind cancer, and I will gain 1 purple from this. It's quite a tough enemy, really. Again, I wouldn't have had to have dealt with this one, but I'll place this one down here. There he is. And I'm going to see, I haven't got huge amounts of cubes left. So I'm in battle now. I'm about to go into combat. So before I go into combat, so I'm in combat now, excuse me. So as soon as I take that card, I'm in combat. So now I can't do anything else because I was going to go and do some grind. I was going to grind my ghost cube and create some more cubes, but at the moment I can't do any of that. I'm in the wrath of battle, so off I go. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to cover the third round with body. I'm looking at here. I'm going to cover the first round with mind, and I'm not going to cover anything else. My spirit is not looking too great, so that'll do me just now. I will take the risk. So first round, I'm going to reveal 2 cubes. And hoping that I get 2 yellows. Let's see what we can get. Come on, 2 yellows. Oh, 1 hit, 1 miss. Okay, so that health goes down to 6. And they go back in there. First one covered. Next round, all 3. All 3. So, of course, I didn't have to do this battle. I could have left. So this would be the pointless battle. But we're in it now. And we got 2 hits and 1 miss. So we're going down to 5 and 4, and we place them back in there. And last one, we're covered. So we place that in there. That enemy is defeated. We gain 1 purple cube, 1 mine cube. Place that in our pool. Move stuff down to 5 of those, 3 greens, and spirit's looking weak. So I probably want to do is grind myself some sort of spirit cubes. Well, because my spirit cubes are down, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to now place my ghost cube into the grind card because I'm in between levels. I know that there's a ghost grind here somewhere. There's my ghost grind. Now, to do this, unfortunately, I have to lose 1 health as well. It's part of the recipe. It's part of the sacrifice I have to make. So I'm going down to 3. Yikes. Going down to 3 already. And I'm going to try then go to my grind cards, try and gain 3 spirit cubes if I can. So we're going to shuffle these up, shuffle, like so. And we're going to reveal the top one. And we have, oh no, it's completely missed it. Totally missed it. So that's it. So that goes down. And I continue on my mission. And my mission, unfortunately, because of that, has left me up or down. Now, I'm lost both ways, so I can't go up or down. So if I was to continue on, I would have to then evade this card. I have to use an evade cube to go back 1 card, like so, and that would be evaded. I would lose that card, and I still wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I can only go right. So then I'd have to use another evade cube on that one, like so. And I still cannot go right. So I would have to use another evade cube this would be an absolute disaster. And finally, I could actually go in that direction, but I would have lost 3 of A cubes. So in that point, all these of A cubes would be added to my fate bag here, and I'd been absolutely stuffed. So that is something I would never want to do. So let's place them back, because that is not something we're going to do today. And we'll take these cards, we'll place it back to where it was before. Doesn't matter too much, because I don't know what order they were in too, weren't they? Like that. So at that point, I would say, right, that the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk away. Unfortunately, I won't be able to complete my mortar and pestle because there isn't another move. I'm going on to the next level. It won't remain in the mortar and pestle. I have to discard it and get rid of everything in there that I haven't completed. So that's a shame. That cube would be going to waste. So I'll put that back in there. That's the first thing. Okay. Having a look at all my things. Next thing I would do is I would have my exit item and then my exit. So the next thing I do, I'm going to leave, so I'll get my evade cube back from the exit. But before I leave, I'm going to deal with the skin maiden. Actually, I'm not going to do it. So I'm not. I'm going to take this evade cube. I'm going to place that into the fate bag. And I'm not going to deal with that enemy just now because my cubes are a bit low and I've played it right to the bitter end. So I take that. And that card would go back into here, anywhere you like, because we've finished the level. My exit item, I would get my evade cube back from the exits, and I take that, and we're ready to go. I have left the level, and we are done. When you leave the level, you leave with all your weapons. You leave with your spell cards. The only thing I didn't deal with, I didn't finish off the mortar and pestle, so obviously I couldn't continue with that. I couldn't carry that across to my next level, but everything else is all good. My body, I used that, so we'll place that back on there. And the only card we didn't, so I know, yeah, that's a shame, because that card I was looking for, that is my armor cube. So if I'd found that, I'd have got my first armor cube and I'd placed that into the fate bag, and that would have been great. But that's it, so we're done. So that level is complete. We shuffle that together. We take all the enemy cards from that level, and we put them together. We put that there. And level, we find the red one, the first card it should be. And let's have a look. Okay, I just saw it here. Put that to the top. Level 1 is complete. We'll place that into the level 1, like so. And we'll go to level 2, Heart of the Matter. We'll take level 2 out. We'll place level 2 card into the center. The first card is always a red card. That is our starting card of the level. Then we will look through here and we will take out, if I've organized it, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. Place them to the side, ready for the next one. And then what you do, you'll shuffle the cards like so. And then we'll just shuffle these out around the card, not knowing where we are, what we're going to be, what's happening next. It's just so much fun. I played it so many times. I enjoy it every time. It's always different. So as we're revealing, as we're putting out the cards, we can see the beast. Obviously, as I said, it's a seen card. So we know, in my head, I know it's there. That's where it is. It's going to be buried though now. Let's flip that around. Buried it. Sorry. Like that. Keep them going. And obviously another scene card is our Vision Bird. We know that's a good card. You've got to have some good cards. Can't all be bad. So that's ready and that's set up to go. And I'm ready to take on my next adventure. Level 2. Okay. Shall we do it? Shall we continue on? So we take the level 2 and we'd spin that card round, and Heart of the Matter. Fantastic. So for this card, we gain a mind, body, and spirit. So we'll take mind and body and spirit, add them to our pool. And then with them, I will move spirit down there. I will put, these 2 down here. Okay, so we got a few cubes, not many, but we're doing okay. You can gain cubes throughout the game by grinding, and also within the game there'll be other cubes to gain, advantages from doing that, finding various cubes as you go through, and that would turn it around. So there we go, we are ready for level 2. So what I'll do is I'm going to pause this video and I'll save this video, upload this as level 1, and I will do level 2 and level 3 and however far I get, so you can watch it one level at a time. And you can sort of not watch it if you think you want to get the game when it comes out in sort of, I don't know, towards the end of the year. You don't want to spoil the story too much, then you can ignore the rest of it. But that's giving you a good idea of how the game works and the mechanics. There are a few other things that are going to come up. We've got some special items here. There's a few little different things you'll have to do, but it's pretty standard. It's basically the core fun elements of an adventure game all into one in a very simple kind of system that will require more mitigation, pressing your luck, and that sort of thing. If you like that sort of thing, if you love those choose your own adventure books, then this really will be down your street. If you're a technical Euro gamer, this is probably not going to be for you unless you love like just story and narrative and dark cards and monsters and beasts and fantasy, then it'll be right up your street. Cool. Right, thank you very much. I'm going to pause that up and leave that, upload that, and we'll continue level 2 later. Thank you.